Dear learners, in this video, we are going to discuss about ethical hacking and why we need ethical hacking, importance of security, cyber attack, in phases of attack. That is, what are all the steps that could be associated with the attack. We'll discuss in detail. Let me share my screen. Ethical hacking. Ethical hacking refers to the practice of deliberately probing and testing a computer system, network, or web application to identify the security vulnerabilities that could exploit by the malicious hackers. Here, vulnerabilities means they'll be talking about the weaknesses of the target system. So, with that thing, the hackers can be step into. The key difference between ethical hacker and the malicious hacker, that is, here they mention about the attackers. Ethical hackers have permission from the owner of the system to perform the test, and their goal is to improve security rather than to exploit it. Need for ethical hacking. First one is identify vulnerabilities. Identify, I already said vulnerabilities means weakness that could be associated with the target system. So the hackers can be step into that vulnerability only. Before hackers can exploit the system, the organization can take measures to safeguard the system. Next one is prevent data breaches. Data breaches means extracting the information. They will be providing some action. That is, organization safeguard the sensitive data. Comply with the regulations. Organization monitoring regular security assessment to cope up with the secure hacking. Next one, improve security awareness. Hacking leads to financial losses. It will affect the reputation of the organization. Next one is reduce financial losses. In order to reduce the financial losses, the organization has improving security measures that could be taken against the hackers. Next is build customer trust. Provide a tool for educating and training the security teams in order to protect their systems from malicious attackers. Next, we'll move on to the importance of security. Today, every company is completely networked. Most routine tasks rely on computers for storing and accessing the information. The company's intellectual asset is not only depends on profit and loss rather than to secure assets from outside threats. Hence, the company has some sort of a security policy, use of computers into workplace and home. There is an increased dependency on computer. Any disturbance in their operation or integrity can mean the loss of time, loss of money, and sometimes loss of life also. Attacks. Attack is a deliberate assault on that system security. It can be classified into active attack and passive attack. Active attack. Active attack means modify the target system. It can affect the availability, integrity, and confidentiality and authenticity of the system. That means that the hackers can modify the attacker's target system and they can gain the access. Next one is passive attack. Passive attack means make use of information from the system but doesn't affect the system resources. Here, The attacker can only stolen the information. They doesn't attack the system resources. Passive attack means, but passive attack further divided into two: inside attack, outside attack. First one is inside attack. Inside attack is nothing but initiated from within the network by an authorized user. That means the user can be a part of the organization. This may be from someone with a malicious intent, can accidentally load to some intentional damage to network resources. Outside attack. Outside attack is caused by external intruder who doesn't have authorization to access the network. Next, we'll move on to phases of attack. That is steps of an attack. First one is reconnaissance. Reconnaissance is nothing but extracting the information or gathering the information. The attackers can gather the information about the target system. So the system may be a website, a person, or web browser. If it is a website, means the attackers can gather the information, what will be its IP address, then whether the website is hosted in shared server or dedicated server. These are all the information and so on will be gathered by the attackers. If the target system is a person, they will be gathered the information like their personal information and their workplace, their contact numbers, and the history of a person. If the target may be a web server, so what are all the open ports associated on that web server? What are all the services running on that web server? So attackers like that way, they will be getting the information from the target system. Here there will be some tools will be available in order to extract the information. One of the tools is WHOIS. It will be providing the information about the website's IP address, domain, the information. Next one is scanning. Scanning is nothing but the attackers begin to actively probe the target system for vulnerabilities that can be exploited. Each and every component of the system or website can be monitored and find the vulnerabilities. Once the vulnerability could be found, the attackers can be exploit the system. Next one is gaining access. Gaining access means that once the attackers can attack the system, he could be enjoy the privileges the target system. Next is maintaining. That is, they say vulnerability is detected, the attackers can exploit to gain the access of the system. That is, you can make it as a privileges. Next thing is maintaining access. Once access is gained, attacker usually maintain access to fulfill the goal of attack. That means he'll be building a backdoor. Backdoor is nothing but the attacker can get into the system and work with the system whenever there will be a lock of access. In that case, he is supposed to build a backdoor vulnerability. So in order to get into the system frequently, for that he will be maintaining some backdoor activities. Next thing is clearing. So there will be some tools associated with that maintaining access. Rootkit is a kernel level attack that could be assaulted by the hacker. The next one is Trojan horse. It is nothing but a malicious software application level of attack. User password and their information can be extracted from the attackers. Next thing is covering tracks. Covering track is nothing but clearing the records. So what are all the, in which way they are entered into the system, they are supposed to be clearing the attackers can tries to destroy all the evidences of the attack. So he maybe delete the log files and he maybe delete the log history and he maybe clear the registry settings also. In that case also, he'll be having some tools should be associated in order to clearing the tracks. That is netcat. Netcat arrays attacks attackers activity. Steganography is hiding the data in other data. That means we'll be getting some mail. That mail, behind that, there will be some information which should be hidden by that mail. When you are clicking that mail, that information could be get into your system and exploit your system. That is, you can make it as steganography. Next one is tunneling. Tunneling means carry one protocol over another. So in the front, there will be some protocol. At the back, there will be some malicious software associated with them. So these are all the phases of attack that could be associated with the cyber security attack. Conclusion. To summarize, ethical hacking is a proactive approach to cyber security, to helping organizations to stay ahead of potential threats and ensuring their systems are secure. The goal of this ethical hacking is to identify and fix these vulnerabilities before malicious hackers can exploit them. Dear learners, hope you could understood the concept of ethical hacking and the phases of attack and why we need the security. Thank you.